This particular painting, I started in, I think, May or June of this year of '08, and it didn't start out, I mean, I didn't intend to do a still life of this. I just have been setting up some objects in the studio, like in the back of our property, which I share with my husband Boris. And we have beautiful skylights in that space, and it was in the afternoon. And after I set up this vase with these flowers and berries and just these black cubes, and there was like a stove in the back. We had an old stove in the background. I just happened to just put a piece of canvas, or maybe it was an illustration board, just as a backdrop, and it just looked so interesting. And the way the light was coming through the skylights was so dramatic, and all of this was in shadow, like really deep shadow, and I just thought it looked so intriguing, so I took a photograph of it, and again with my the digital camera, and I was really intrigued with the abstract shapes in the painting. I have in the past I've had a tendency to get a little bit too figurative and literal, and I just wanted to do something a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more abstract, and still working with things from nature. I just love to work with flowers. I mean, even doing a still life with some kind of a floral object and fruit, obviously. So I just had these black cubes and some pears and some gourds, and this again it's not a completed painting at this stage. It's a lot of underpainting, and I've started to get into the detail in the top left of some berries and the Chinese lanterns, you know, which I had, and this in my photograph was just a pretty stark, in a way almost like a hole, you know. So in really looking at that compositionally, I made a few changes, making this area a little bit more transparent, and bringing this near the outside. I mean the trees through the window that were showing through the window into the painting, and I broke up the space so it wouldn't be this big white hole. Even though in the photograph it works, kind of. I change it around, you know, in a composition, and I just started with applying the watercolor in very light glazes of yellows, using mainly quinacridone gold, which is one of my new favorite colors. And I just did the underpainting in that, just to bring that beautiful golden light emanating from the dark. And I see how I'm going to start to complete it, because I really want to get it as almost as dramatic or as black, but I don't want to use any black paint, any black watercolor. I just want to get really dark in there and have these berries and these flowers and the fruit just emerging and glowing out of this darkness. And I still want to do another glaze here. It's a little too stark, but again, it's still a work in progress. And as I get along with it, I will hopefully do another little video on the completed piece. So you'll see the completed piece soon. So again, the inspiration was that beautiful afternoon and just a beautiful stark light, and everything had this beautiful glow to it, and just want to capture that that light again.